What is up, everyone, and welcome back to A&R Gaming. We are doing another video on Honkai Star Rail today, and this time we are going to be going over the top 10 tips to start the game out right for you guys. Now, these are pretty important to know. Some of them you may know already, but I'm sure that there's a good amount of them that you don't. But let's go ahead and kick this thing off. So, number one, that's going to be complete the achievements in order to get more Stellar Jade. So Stellar Jade is the premium currency in the game, and trust me, everyone's going to be scrounging for ways at some point or another to try to get more Jade for whenever their favorite character comes in on the limited banner. So just know that the achievements is a particularly good way to find some. You may not think to look there, but definitely go in and check, because you can farm out a whole bunch just by doing the achievements. So make sure to take a look there and just keep that in mind. Number two, so stop when you get a 5-star on the discount banner. This one is pretty important, but it's kind of also, it comes to whatever you ultimately want to do. My opinion is whenever you start up the game, you are going to get a limited time discount banner where you get 50 pulls and you're guaranteed a 5-star within those 50. Once you get the 5-star in there, you're no longer guaranteed anything at 50. You've already got it, so you can actually go ahead and start pulling on the standard banner instead at that point. That way those pulls count towards your pity. You're not going to have it count towards your pity if you're pulling, if you continue to pull on the 50 after you've already got the 5-star. So you do get the discount still, technically, if you were to continue pulling. So, you kind of have that, but it's ultimately still not going towards the pity, and I personally would side with the pity. So, up to you, but just keep that in mind whenever you decide. Number three, remember to check messages in this game. So whenever you get past the point of doing your pulls, you unlock the message system. Just remember to go by there. There's lots of funny interactions and everything like that, but there's also free stuff that you get there from time to time. In the beta, there was a whole bunch of stuff, including even the Forgotten Hall that was from Pom Pom there. So just make sure that you're paying attention to that stuff. Keep that in mind. There's side quests and everything like that that's going to come through there. So just definitely always check in. Alright, number four, utilize ults for critical moments. So it's really important that you pay attention to the turn order in general, but it's more important to know that those ults can be used at any point outside of an enemy animation cutscene. So you definitely want to save those ults for critical movements. For critical points whenever you don't know if you're going to quite get something off in time, or you want to have another character go and then you want your previous character to go again. So keep those kinds of things in mind. Also keep it in mind for waves, because there's obviously waves of enemies in this game. So it's just definitely really important to pay attention to how you're utilizing those, because you can do some pretty sneaky stuff there. So just keep that in mind. All right, number five. Buy the discounted 5 standard and 5 limited tickets in the shop every month. Okay, so this is really important. If you go over to the shop, you are able to buy those 5 standard and 5 limited with currency that you passively earn just from pulling. So make sure that you save that, and then you don't spend it on anything else. I would continue to stack that up until you have a huge excess. That way, every single month on the refresh, you can keep buying those over and over and over again. This is the same mechanic that is in Genshin, works the same exact way, so trust me, this is definitely something that you want, because you do not want to miss a month refresh on that, because you spent the money on something else, okay? So these are free pulls, use them wisely. Alright, number 6, increase Trailblazers level ASAP. So this is something really important to understand about how this game works. Genshin works the same way. Basically, there's going to be a lot of things that are gated based on your Trailblazer level. So you want to make sure that you're constantly getting your XP by doing your dailies and things like that. in order to increase that character level. I'm sorry, the Trailblazer level, rather. Because otherwise you're going to be stuck and kind of lagging behind, and you're going to have to do some serious grinding later on. So you want to do the side missions that you get. You want to pay attention. Like I said, do the dailies. That's a really good source for them. All that kind of stuff. Do the events, everything like that's going to be coming out. So pay attention, do the stuff, the content that comes out for it, and you should be able to kind of tug along. But if you ignore things, you're going to get behind, and it's going to be a real pain to catch up later on. All right, number 7, level up the Trailblazer. So the Trailblazer themselves are actually a great character in the fire mode. As you progress throughout the game, you're going to get the different element versions of the character, just like you do in Genshin, and the fire version is very, very good. He's a fantastic shielder. I think he's rated S tier right now, so not quite the top, but very high. But he's an AoE shielder and a very, very, very good character. So, and his level does carry over. So he's always a good character to put in, because you're going to be using him in one mode or another, but the fire one especially right now looks fantastic. All right, number 8. So this one is a character recommendation. So Ting Yoon, she's a massive buffer. She is especially good at buffing DPS. She is a truly amazing character, and she's a 4-star. 4-star characters are really, really important in this game, because you can stack up their constellations much more quickly as opposed to a 5-star, which you're going to be rarely able to stack them up. So you want those dupes of those 4 stars. They're much easier to get, so definitely do not sleep on this character. If you get her, prioritize her, keep her in your party at all times. She's very, very good. All right, number 9, that is going to be this one's another character recommendation. This is Natasha. So Natasha is a really, really good free-to-play option. She's the only real free-to-play healer, if I remember correctly, that we have, but she's, at least right now, but she's a very, very good option, and healers are really good in this game, especially right now. So make sure that if you get her, you're utilizing her, you're leveling her up. She's a great option to have on the field. All right, number 10, collect the blessings and curios in simulated universe. So this is really important. This is just another way to get more jade. You just want to find those things to kind of farm out throughout the game. You're going to be doing them, playing the events and all that kind of stuff, but this is another kind of low-key way to grub up some jades during the hard times, whenever, you know, that limited banner comes around that you've been waiting for. So make sure that you've been doing that from the get-go. That way, whenever the time comes, you don't have to go and do a whole bunch of it. So just go ahead and try to prioritize that in your downtime. All right, those are the 10 tips that I impart onto you guys. Thank you all so much for listening. We really appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe, and give us a comment if there's another thing that we forgot here, or another thing that you guys have thought of that we don't have on the list and everyone needs to know about it. So please do that, and make sure to stay tuned. Hit the bell icon for all the other Honkai Star Rail videos that we have coming out. Thank you all so much for listening. We'll see you later.